Hi, my name is Karen Tanner, and I'm from Dallas, Texas. I am making this documentary and video for public awareness into the very corrupt mental health care regime and the very corrupt psychiatrist, psychologist, and sex therapist, and wanted to give you some information. First of all, there is a lot of abuse going on in the mental health care regime, and there is a website sponsored by the Scientologist. I am in no way related to the Scientology community, and I'm not a Scientologist. However, I'm very thrilled that they do have websites and help for people to report mental health care abuse that they have suffered. Here is one of their websites. It is called Mental Health Abuse, and it is about psychiatric rape and other crimes that you can report. There are a multitude of topics in here concerning the different types of abuse that people suffer, such as restraints, deadly restraints, and unnecessary restraining people and drugging people against their will. They deliberately incite arguments and ensue deliberate actions against the patient so that they can promote these types of illegal activities against them, forcing drugs on them, and so on and so forth. And I just want to make you aware that this stuff is going on. We have many psychiatrists, psychologists, and licensed sex therapists in this country that have been doing a lot of illegal things for many years. Pardon me. This one woman in particular is a doctor, and she has a website. Her name is Linda Poltz, and she advertises sex for sale. She's very open about it. She's been doing it for 15 years. These other doctors have websites, much like massage therapists have Craigslist to advertise on. These other websites are for doctors. Most all of these people are doctors on the websites. And I'm not by any means saying that all of them are advertising sex for sale or that all of them are prostitutes. However, from what I have seen, there are many that are. This woman here that I just showed you has her link on this as well. Like I said, it's a website for the doctors and psychiatrists and sex therapists. And it works much like Craigslist for the doctors. A lot of professional men know that these sites are in place, and they see these doctors. Many massage therapists are being coerced and threatened into the prostitution. I have had many instances where this has happened to me. They have been basically putting me out of business in every business that I have begun, and trying to coerce me and threaten me into participating in those activities. You can contact the Scientologist about any mental health care abuse report you may want to make, and you can contact them at www.mental-health-abuse.com. And I'm sure they would love to hear from you. If you have a loved one or a friend that has any stories that are of some concern to you, you might want to tell them about that website. We also have the topic of psychotronics and psychological warfare. Psychological warfare concerns mental health care abuse. And mental health care abuse comes in all forms. When a doctor or practitioner of mental health can make fraudulent statements against a person, they can be damaging to their entire life. A person that is operating a seemingly normal life could fall into the wrong hands of a doctor, and because of his statements, their rights could be taken away from them. They could be held and essentially interrogated, forced drugs upon them, and all types of these sadistic, horrible experiences could happen just based on one doctor's evaluation. These doctors, while there are some very good doctors, there are some that are very sinister. This has to do with insurance fraud, holding somebody against their will based on fraudulent statements to rack up a big bill, to bill the insurance company or the person privately. And I'm just trying to advocate for various different levels of people. It has come to my attention, someone that I know has reported to me some very horrible things going on in the court system here in Dallas, and I'm sure it's happening other places, where they criminalize a person and accuse them of a sex crime and send them through their corrupt courts with corrupt attorneys just to extort money from them. And these privatized organizations that really are not state-funded or sponsored programs are putting these sex offenders through these horrible, vile sessions and calling it therapy. They're nothing more than interrogation sessions of a lot of horrible stuff. Now, I have made up some flyers to hand out to some of the students coming out of the therapy classes, and to ask them if they are actually being threatened or abused in the sessions and what they think of the sessions. I have two categories. One category is for people that are claiming their innocence and feel those sessions are vile and vulgar and abusive. The other is just of the same, but they are admitting their guilt. In any event, a person doesn't have the right to abuse someone. A therapy session is supposed to be to promote health, healing, and education. It is just as the correctional departments and prisons and jails are supposed to be correctional facilities. They're not supposed to be about abuse. They are supposed to be about education and helping the person heal and recover from whatever ails them. These other topics of what's happening to some of these sex offenders, the big trick that these people, they are a regime, have played upon the public is to keep them mad at sex offenders and to spread and aggravate and exaggerate cases to make the public, to cause public pandemonium, actually. And that assists them in their crimes against these people, because the people that are charged with such crimes become very scared and intimidated and threatened. So they do as they're told, and money is being extorted from them in various ways. One way money is being extorted from them is by these penile devices, which are old quackery devices from the 30s and 40s. They are medical devices that are obsolete, and they're only really used by these people with these therapy sessions to extort money from people. They play no major role in health healing, or they prove nothing except that a person gets an erection by watching pornography. The trick is that they hook up the device to the penis and force the person to watch and endure pornography to see if they get an erection or what arouses them. This, as I said, is old quackery and just a tool used to extort money and charge the client for the session. They're also making people endure unnecessary, unwarranted lie detector test and charging them $150 per test. If they fail, they have to take another one. and these are just tricks of the trade in the psychiatric community. So overall, in essence, what I'm trying to come across to educate you with is that these are real crimes being committed by licensed doctors that under the guise of therapy. And as I said, there is help. There are places where you can go and report these things. Not everybody's going to agree, but I feel like if you believe in something, you should advocate for it. And I hope that my program is successful, and I hope that my video has been educational for you. If you have any questions or comments, you can contact me at KarenJTanner@live.com, or you may call me at 214-422-3075. Thank you so much, and I hope you enjoyed my video.